YouTube to load in. Hello and welcome back. I haven't played chess on this account for a little while. I was playing on an alt account. I want to try to continue trying to raise this rating. I'm going to start with some puzzles because I feel like that's probably some good practice. I haven't done puzzles in a couple of days. I want to keep my tactics sharp. I'm going to do my favorite, which is Puzzle Rush, Survival. Alright. So, white to move. Well, that is a free knight. Is there a better move? No. Alright, so king moves, but that is mate. Alright, the bishop is hanging. Won the entire house there. So the queen can take this, and okay, so right now, oh look at that, that's mate right there. Okay, so that is scary. What I have here, if takes, then mate. If here and then here, then still mate, so this has got to be the move. Okay. Well, who is guarding this pawn? Sack the queen for mates. Who is more important than the queen? The king. But the queen is the most powerful piece on the board, so do not disrespect her. Do not, whatever. Oh, look at this. So if the knight goes here, checks the king has to move here. Is this good for me? I also have this move here, which checks the king, but the rook moves. I don't think that's good. I could take it, but I don't think that's good for me either. So here, it will check the king there. Also attack this pawn. The king cannot move up because the bishop covers this entire square. So only square is here. So once he's here, I could probably pin the bishop. That doesn't work. The bishop can just move, so that's probably not it. What am I missing here? This isn't a hard puzzle. Look, I just haven't been taking care of myself. I haven't been eating right, so my brain's a little foggy. Okay, so here, then king moves here. Once king moves there, then the rook comes in and checks him here. So then he goes here, and then no, I can't do that. Okay, I think it involves this. So king goes there. Once king goes there, I can check him here. Once he's checked here, you can't take back because the knight is guarding. And that is just mate. He can't get out. Okay. So he's attacking my rook. But I can go over here and check him to win the bishop. Does he have any way to guard? I don't think so. So I think this was a blunder. Okay, so, but who, just double checking my work here. Okay, I could go here. Regardless of what it takes, I've got a battery, so I can win this piece. So, I think takes. Okay, so my queen is currently under attack and pinned to the king, and the rook is also attacked. That's not so good. So if I go here, he goes here, the queen goes there, the king goes here, and then I go pick up this piece? Probably. Okay, well. So, is this a move? He takes, and then, oof. Okay, so that Okay, so the knight is guarding the pawn, so I can't get in there. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. What does work? Oh, I just noticed something. If the knight goes here, it checks the king. King can't get out, so that's mate. Alright, so... Okay, my instinct was just to take back. Do I have a better move? I mean, I don't think so. I don't even know what he took. Probably my queen. It's probably a queen trade. The knight doesn't do anything, so this has got to be the only move. Alright, so now I have to have this, which forks both of these pieces, and it's faster. So I go like this, I get him away from this guy. Okay. No. What did I just say? Okay, so now he can only, yeah. So probably bring it back. Okay, so I have this check. Why? King moves here, I can check him here, then he can move back, and I can check him here. That's all a lot. So if I go here, what happens? It's always like these moves. I mean, I could go here too, but there's only one right move, so I gotta choose the right move. So here, the king moves there, check, king moves, I don't know. Okay. Oh, and also my rook is under attack, so I do need to consider that. So here, he can move here, or he can move here. If he moves here, then he's completely out of danger, I guess. So that makes this move not so good. So if I do here, which, is that mate? Wow. Sometimes you're thinking too hard, bro. So I think it's here. King moves here, here, here. Okay. So, let's see here. That doesn't work, but I'm looking at it. That doesn't do enough. This hangs a queen immediately. I could go here, which threatens mate over here, which is interesting. So I go here. How do you defend against that? You go oh. That's actually pretty strong. So queen here, it's threatening mate here. You've got no other like guards to like do anything, and also this guy's under attack. So that's got to be the strongest move in the position. Oh, he sacked a rook. So I feel like the king has to move and take. I mean, what else is there? It's pretty automatic. Okay, so the rook, this guy comes back. So I have this, which checks him. If he blocks, then I can take it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, that's pretty strong. You can't do anything. I can't do this one because the knight's guarding. So queen eats up everything. Okay, so one move to, what's going on here? I'm white, right? Okay, so this is my king who's about to get mated on the next move. But this is your, so if I go here, where does his king move? He can't move here, he can't, what? Is that, I'm just gonna play it because I should have continued checking it, I guess. There's 1x. Okay, I feel like I've had this position before on the actual board, and I probably play this wrong. So there's this. Can't do anything. This takes, what? But it does give him this in long term. But this has got to be the move, right? That's scary. Alright, so I could go here, or I could go here and... Oh. Okay, what's interesting, if I can go here, check him, if he moves here, I get this guy. Just gonna play it. Okay, so... Now do I push the pawn, or do I go after this pawn? It needs 2 steps. If he goes here, then I can go here, so that's never a problem. Or never mind. The queen can go over here. Oh, goodness. What was the point of this? I don't understand. Why did you do this? So, I go here. Oh, so he can't go here. He has to move here. And I can take the check. Didn't even have to think that far. Okay, so my rook is currently under attack, but it is defended. So that's one thing I got going for me. I could take the bishop. He takes, and then I could take, which is pretty good for me. Is there a better move? Okay, so now, I mean, I honestly thought he was going to take this one. Okay, so what do I do now? Alright, I just want to check to make sure that YouTube is streaming, because it says that it's not. But it looks like it is working, so that's great. I don't understand why this... Okay, refresh page here. Or maybe it just means that nobody is, like, cares. Which is fine, too, I guess. Okay, so... Oh. Here, king moves here, I win the rook here, he checks here, I run here, he goes here. I think that's fine. So, well, I also can sack the rook, but is there a reason to do that? I don't think so. Yeah, I expected that. Alright, so I'm gonna hide. That's scary, so I probably need to do something about that, right? Go here to block it, and then he has to move, and then push his pawn over here. Well, I suck at chess. Okay. So, even though I'm scared, I'm going to go play online with some people and probably tank my rating. Or, I could play some Chess 960, which I've never played before. But I think I'm just going to play online. Alright, here we go. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Okay, starting with black. So, depends on what opponent's going to play. It's a Shake P. Kind of like Shakespeare, except not complete. White to move, buddy. Alright, starts with e4. I'm going to start with a Caro-Kann. Okay, it starts with the King's Gambit. I think I'm going to continue with the Caro-Kann. I don't know if there's a special thing that I need to do when dealing with the King's Gambit. My instinct is to put the knight here, but it doesn't really do much right now. So I could, but what does that do? I think play normally. I could do this and pin it immediately, but maybe I should do things in order. Okay, I expected that. He's probably going to put the knight here at some point. I think I want to get the bishop out first, because all of my pawns are going to be on light squares. I could take, perhaps I should take. I don't exactly want his knight to go in the center of the board. But I think I'm just going to close the door. Alright, I'm going to get my bishop out, but maybe getting the knight out first might be better. Probably. So he does that, so I'm going to go ahead and trade. It depends on, okay, so now I've got this move. And what? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So I can now take this, oh no I can't. Well, potentially. So what can I do? I can tell him to get out of my territory with this. And then this is still hanging at a certain point. I think I'm going to try that. If I do this, he has to move away, because this is under attack. The knight's still guarding these two pieces. If he tries to go for a queen trade, then, well, yeah. Is he going to try to sack the knight? I don't think that works. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so, if I do here, he takes, and then I could go back and attack it, but I don't think that's... I kind of want to keep my bishop. So I could move the queen here, but then his bishop comes out, so that's not so good for me. So I think the best logical move is probably to just bring this piece back. Now I've got more pressure on here, and I can bring the knight out at a later point, although maybe that's not so good because now that it doesn't have protection. So he does it, huh? So I think I will go ahead and take once. I'm winning a pawn. And the bishop can go into its house here, which is quite nice for me, I guess. Interesting. So I'm going to slide the bishop back. I want to keep the bishop. And then I can bring the knight out. Alternatively, I could have sacked it here and disrupted his pawn structure, but then he would be able to open up here. Okay, is this a threat right now? I don't think so. So I think I'm going to start by bringing out my knight, which is something I want to do anyway. That way I can castle. And at a certain point the queen can go and check here. So I think I'll go ahead and do that, and then I think I'll castle on the next... Oh, that doesn't work, actually. Well, if I go here, and then he brings this back here, then I have this fork. So that actually kind of works for me. So I think I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Alternatively, you can bring the queen here. So he does none of that. Alright, so I think he wants to play for this on the next move. I don't think I want to allow that, but if I do this, and, well, I mean, maybe just, go for it. I can also bring the rook out. If he goes like this, then maybe I castle on the next move. He probably wants to bring the rook here to here, well, somewhere like here to here. I could go for the pawn, which attacks, it doesn't really attack the knight, though. Not on this turn, anyway. I could go for here, here. That doesn't exactly work for me. Castling seems fine. Bring the rook out seems fine. I think he wants to put his bishop there. So perhaps if I go here to attack his bishop, but then he guards, do I still take the bishop? And then I can, I don't know. Oh, well actually that would make the knight undefended, huh? So that seems like, but knights on the rim are grim, but it also disconnects the bishop. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Although, well, he doesn't have this. I was just going to say he could bring the bishop here, but that's interesting. Alright, so he has this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and double attack both of these. He can only save one. Okay, so now I win this, and it is protected. Okay, so I feel like I probably have a winning position now. My pawn structure is all good. Alright, so I think what I will do is probably counterattack this guy. It's also doing this too. I'm not so scared of that. I do want a castle. I think it's kind of greedy to go for this pawn. But I think it's probably fine. So I'll go for this pawn. Now both of these are under attack. And consider castling on the next move if I can. Alright, so he goes for this. I don't think that this is quite a threat. He probably wants to go for this, but it's clear as day that that's what he wants. So I'm going to castle now. I don't think that this is a threat anymore. And both of these pawns are under attack. And I do want to bring in the rook. Okay. So I can go and I can not do that. I can not do that. I could do that if I really wanted to do that. But I think bringing out the rook is probably stronger. So I'm going to bring out the rook. Is this a threat? I don't think so. Because even if he takes, I take. I can just move out of the way. I'm not scared of this. Because, okay, let's go over this. If he's going to sack it, I take back. He takes with check. I move out of the way. Even if he sacks it, I don't think that I don't think that this is a threat. So my rook can go here, and then I can pin it here. So that's probably going to make him very upset. Big sad. Oh, well actually, I mean, well, I'm giving up a rook for a queen. Okay. So, mate on the next move? Okay. Because, okay, actually, I have this move. So knight has to quit guarding the queen. I mean the king. I had a miss. Alright, let's look at the game review. Wow, would you look at that? Oh, you can't really see it. How do I move this out of the way? How do I shift it? I'll move it. Oh, sorry. Look at that number. 2100. Like a gosh dang master. 88.7%. Opponent played at a 1350 level. So let us start the review. Opponent starts with King's Pawn opening. I started with a Caro-Kann. Went for the King's Gambit type setup, but it doesn't say what it is in this particular. It's kind of chilly in here. I didn't know exactly how to respond to this, so I continued with the Caro-Kann defense. He took, which apparently was not the right move. He should have supported the pawn instead. I took, brought out his knight, I brought out mine, expected this. It was an excellent move, but apparently the bishop belongs here. I mean, what can you do? I thought he was just going to do this, and then I would have to be forced to take, and if I brought it back, then he would go and attack it. It's just like, I thought the knight was better than the... Well, I mean, even in the game, I didn't really demonstrate that, did I? So he does that, best move. Wanted me to bring the knight out. I did consider it, but I don't know what I was thinking. He castles. It didn't like this. It didn't like this at all. Wanted me to move my queen here, but I'm listening to rules about, you know, don't bring out your queen too early. I didn't see the benefit of bringing the queen out. I mean, I don't understand. So he brings it out. I trade, best move. Trades back, which gives me a free pawn. I was scared to take this, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm always scared of free pawns. So he was trying to, you know, make it seem like it was all part of his plan. That was... Oh, yeah, that would have been a better move, huh? Because the queen would have guarded, and then I would put more pressure on here, and then... Okay, so... that was an inaccuracy. So, I did consider this move, but I thought he was going to do this, and then what was I going to do? This, and then he would have like two pawns and be able to crash here. I didn't want to give him anything. It doesn't like this. Thought I should have brought out the rook instead, even though I was up a pawn. I thought I should have taken, but I didn't see the benefit of taking. Just get another active piece. Brings out the queen again. Doesn't like this move. Thought I should have moved on the inside instead of the outside, but I was trying to keep up with the tempo. Like, I knew that this could come at a point. Oh, actually, that would have been kind of devastating, huh? Because if I brought it here and then he pinned it here, well, then I could take, and if he took, then I would take, so I guess it wasn't so bad. Brings the queen back, best move. Checks, which is an excellent move, but not the best move in the position. Should have just castled. Moves out of the way. This was not the move. Moving the queen here was better. I don't know, it doesn't really keep initiative, I don't think. That was not the move. So this wasn't a best move, but it was an excellent move. He brings it back. I take. That wasn't a good move. So then I'm already up a piece. Already have a completely winning position. Best move, so it wasn't too greedy. Best move. Always love to see it when it's best move. Alright, he throws out a pawn. Brings out the rook. Best move. Good. Good. And resigned. That was a miss? What did you want me to do? Oh, yeah, that would have been better, huh? My bad. I was too busy focusing on this square. I have a tendency to do that. Okay. Good game, good game. Alright, let's play another one. Alright, so king's pawn. Knight comes out. Boring. Alright. Okay, knight takes. Okay. So I don't have time to do... Well, technically I might have time. If I do this, and he does this, and then I do this, and then he does this. I mean, I think that's still fine. I don't know. I feel like I could just do this instead. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay, so I could do this if I really wanted to, but then he could probably make me move out of the way, so maybe that's a bad move. So I'm just going to bring the bishop out, I think. Actually, it probably wants me to bring the knight out instead, so I'll bring out the knight to prevent this, specifically. Okay, so he does that, but it's not under attack, so now I'm going to bring out the bishop. That's probably a bad trade. Okay, this is still protected. I can't do this on this move. I could pin it, but it's still not good for me, so I probably won't do that. I think I'll just castle. Okay, so I can bring the rook to the center, which is probably a good move. I could do this and then this, but that's not so good for me, I don't think. So I think I'm going to start by bringing a rook to the center. Okay, so he tells my knight to get out of the center, but now he's got a backwards pawn, so I can go and immediately go to attack it, which is probably the move, so I'll try that. I don't see a good defense here, so he does that instead. So I could do this, and I don't see a reason why not to do this. So I think I'll do this first. He can't take because then I take. Okay. So I take, he takes, I take, or I could just take with the knight instead. So I could move it back, but that's not really a good move. So I think trading is probably fine here. So now I get a knight to the center. It is attacking this pawn. And he doesn't really have a way to dislodge it. Okay. So I could put another knight in the center, but I don't think that's the move. I could pin his knight, and he could ask me to move, and then I could go here, and then I could go here. He doesn't have a way to get out, so I don't think that's such a bad move. Well, actually, this is probably a good move, because then I can go for this. So I think I'll go ahead and try that. Okay. So now I have this move. He can sack it, and then I get this. Does this do anything? I don't... Oh. I see. But I don't think that works either, because now I can do this and put even more pressure on it. Alternatively, I could probably have brought up another knight. That might have even been better. Okay, so he tries this. So I can take here, and if he moves, I can still take. So I think I'm going to take the queen. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this knight. Okay, so now I don't have that. So I can take here first. If he takes here, then I get this piece. Okay. I expected that. Alright. So I think I'm going to go for a rook trade. That was probably not a good move. Okay. So now I'm going to bring up my king. Probably keep it on the light squares, that way it's never a target for the bishop. Okay, so if he wants to trade, that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out my piece here. Okay, so I now get this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So if he takes here, then I get to take here. And threatening, well, it's not threatening mate, is it? Okay. Alright, so I think I will go and put it on this square. No, I'm going to move this guy from here to here, I think. Or I could do it here to here. Or I could just throw it out here, and then he does here, and then I go here, and then he has no way to protect the bow. Well, that's not true, is it? Or I can just go for a rook trade. If I go here, then he has to go here, and then we can trade, and then I can go for this. And I think that I'll have, because my pawns are all on the right color square. And also, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. The rook also ties him down, so he can't do anything. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up my king now. Well, that's probably not the right move. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so I could go here. No, it's too soon. Perhaps here? These pawns can't really get through because these two are guarding. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and if I do this, I'm thinking about this. I don't think it's a good move, so I'm not going to do that actually. Well, I would like to do this, and then I could do here takes, queen takes, king takes. I think I'll just continue moving forwards. Okay. So now he can't do anything. Okay. Oh. He's gonna probably go like that. mate on the next move unless he does something about it. He has his check, but then I win the pawn. If this is still winning. Alright, so it's not mate. So I think I'm just gonna go for the pawn. Okay. So, now this was under attack. It's no longer under attack. Alright. So even if he goes through, I can take, so that's fine for me. So I'm probably just gonna keep my on the white squares. The king is completely tied down. Okay, so he does that. So what should I do? I think here is fine. Now it's okay. So now I think I'm going to probably just get my pieces going here. It's going to be difficult for him to stop both of them at the same time. I'll have to get some more water after this game. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to move it back. Nobody told me. I'll review the game afterwards, that way if you care to see it, you can see it. My bad. I didn't even pay attention to that one. Let's make this smaller. You don't need to see my big ugly face. Alright, wow, but look at that. So I played at a 2200 level. Opponent played at a 2000 level. 93.6% the end game. That's pretty good. Sorry about not being able to show you. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, I'm going to pour some water real quick. I was just thinking about if any of you guys have watched The Queen's Gambit, the scene where she's with Borgnog, I don't know his name, and she's just like chugging water. Alright, so e4, e5, f3. This is the Philidor defense, which I think is boring. So d4. Opponent takes, I take back. This is all theory. This is the, I guess, a fianchetto version. It doesn't actually say. So still theory. Still theory. It didn't like this move at all. Thought I should have defended with the bishop instead. I did consider it, but I don't know. I felt like the bishop might have been misplaced. Castles. It was an excellent move. He castles, bring this to workout. Didn't like this. Should have brought out the bishop all the way. But I didn't see what it would be doing there. So he attacks the knight immediately. Best move. Now attacking this pawn. So he brings out his bishop. I say, get out of my face. He brings it back. I trade, and I should have taken with the queen, but instead I took the knight. So that was an inaccuracy because of this. Now it's pinned. Brings out the knight. I have a completely winning position now. So now I'm attacking the knight. So, the idea here is if I take here... Oh, okay. I might have misplayed this. I should have probably taken, let him take, then I would take this, or something. Or maybe it was take here, and he takes here, and then if I take here, then... I don't know what I was thinking. I should have not done this. I probably should have just taken. So he takes, I take, takes, I take. A flurry. That was an inaccuracy, huh? You want me to take the knight instead? Well, I didn't. Okay, so this is the position after all the trades. I go for the rook trade, and immediately after I went for the rook trade, I was just like... Okay. Excuse me while I get this better. It's not exactly the way I want it. Okay, what if I do something like that? There we go. That's all right. Maybe a bit bigger. Smaller. Apologies. Not a pro at this. I think that'll be fine for now. Okay, so this is the position. I said rook trade because, you know, trade when you're out. He says no trade. Stay on the light squares because he has a dark squared bishop. I expected this. Didn't like it. Thought I should have checked first. Interesting. I didn't see the real benefit. It would just like bring his king out to... I trade. Forced a rook trade. And now we're in the endgame. All my pawns are on light squares, except for that one. King is trying to make his way. I can't mate him. Free pawn. Didn't like that. I did consider that move, but I just thought it wasn't so good. I didn't want his king to get out. And that's the game. So I played a pretty good game. My opponent played pretty strong too, I guess, according to the engine. 2200. That's pretty impressive for me. Alright, so... I'm currently 1442. Alright, let's go again. Alright, hopefully everything goes in my favor. Alright, so I'm going to go for a Queen's Gambit. Okay. If I go here, Queen goes here. So I feel like I have to defend the... But then this comes. So I guess, yeah, here, Queen goes here. I can't do this because this will come. So I think if I take, he takes, then I bring the knight out instead. What if I bring out the knight first, and then he takes? And then I put 2 pawns in the center. Am I concerned about this? Not necessarily. But what if he does this? I think I'm going to bring out this knight first. I did consider taking, but I don't know. It's not really in the spirit of the Queen's Gambit. Perhaps I should have taken. Alright, so I think I'm now going to bring out another piece. So he does that. Alright, so I can do this. Perhaps I should have done on the last move. But I don't know. For some reason the bishop doesn't exactly go there. I could take... well, I mean, I feel like I missed my opportunity there. I'm expecting like something like that. Get the bishop out, then close the door on the bishop. I think that's probably fine, so I'll go for it. Okay, so he does that. So I can move the bishop back and then back, or I could just move the bishop here, but here or here it doesn't really make much of a difference, so I'm going to move it here. I mean, it probably makes a strong difference. Do I want to go here? Not yet. Do I want to go here? Not yet. So, I could move the rook out instead. So here, I can't trade. There is no trade here. I could go here, here, here. That doesn't really do much for me either. Or I could just do here. I think the engine would want me to take this, but I'm just going to leave the tension and put the bishop here instead. Okay, so he does this. So I have to trade first, and if trades, then I can win a pawn. So takes, takes, maybe he doesn't have that. Okay, so he does that first. Okay, so I feel like my position's probably pretty good right now. His knight doesn't have any squares to jump to. I can't bring mine out either. I could go for this, but then it gets checked and then I lose it immediately, so I'm going to castle. Okay, so I think his next move is he wants to bring the bishop out. So I could do this, but I don't think that's so good either. I could do this, and it would prevent his bishop from ever pinning me, which I think is probably alright. Also, he doesn't have this, not that that was ever a concern. If I do this, and then he does this, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of passive. What else do I have? I could go over here and attack this pawn, that does something, and then if he does this, I mean, he's only got two, so he takes, I take, and, well, and then I have this, and I have the battery, but that doesn't work. I could do this, but I don't know, that doesn't seem right either. If I do this, and then he takes, and then I take, and then, well, then I don't really have much pawn shelter. Okay, so if I do this, he's not gonna, okay, I'm just gonna do this. I don't think that that's a good move. He can try it if he wants, but, you know, he's gonna have to prove. Yep. So now I'm gonna probably go over here, move the king off to the side. Or I can move him up here instead. He does have that check, but then I just move back, so I don't think that there's a problem with this. I don't have this, so long as the knight is here. I do have this. Okay, never mind. I can now bring my knight out, so that's awesome. And he no longer has this check. queen has to move somewhere. If it's here, then here. Okay, so he has that. Alright, so now I don't have to. I can actually redefend like this. So even if he asks my knight to move, I can just move it back. I'll have a backwards pawn, but I think that it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. So now I've got this juicy knight in the center. And perhaps I could even go for a kingside attack. Get my rook over here. Okay, so he does that. So that attacks the pawn. Alright, so one of the moves that I wanted to do is this. I think it still works here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, I think. No, that doesn't work because he's got this move. So I feel like probably bringing this piece here might be a better move first. So protects here. Perhaps here on the next move. Partially. Okay, so he does that. I'm not so scared of that, I don't think. The queen can just move back. So if I go here and then he goes here. What else? I could go here and put more pressure on here, I think. I think I will do that. He can well, then I can never boot it. So the question is here, if here, then here, then here, then here, and here, and it's still protected. I'm not so scared of that in and of itself. I'm burning too much time here. But even if I move the bishop here, then it doesn't exactly work. So what if I bring this piece here instead, and then I try to go here and here? I don't think that works. I could take if I really wanted to, but that's not so good for me. So I think I'm gonna bring this guy here, but then, okay, I don't especially like that. If I go here and then I could go here, but that disconnects the pieces, I think. If I go here, he goes here, then I take, then he takes, and then what? So what about here? Then he just moves back too. And then I could go here and try to get like both of my rooks connected. Here, then here, and then here. Then here, here, and there. Okay, that's kind of strong. So I think I'll go ahead and try that. But then my bishop will no longer be connected to anything. But I think it's fine. I only have so much time. So I think I'm going to go here to here. So if here, 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 queen takes. Here, then queen goes back here. Well, I mean, she doesn't have to, now that the rook's guarding. I do have the option here, and then I can move it here instead. Okay, so there's no need for any of that now. So if I want to, I can probably... Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and double up my rooks over here. I want to like get them over here. So you do that. I don't have this as a move, so I think I'm just going to move this piece back. And that also gives me this move. But if I do this at the wrong time, then I might lose the knight forever. Although, you know, the knight will become a pawn. Okay, I expected that. But I don't think it does as much as you'd like it to do. Okay, so he does that. Alright. So, what now? Perhaps this? So, now this is guarded. These are guarded. I can't really get the knight into action right now, but I could try going for this, but that doesn't exactly work, because then I can't go here. That doesn't work, not on this turn. If he goes here, then I can go here. Okay, so he closes the door. Now my bishop only has one square to go to. Now he's just trying to play the clock. So if I go here, that doesn't really... Well, then I can recall the knight instead. What else do I have? He doesn't have this. Where does my queen want to move to? Queen can't go anywhere. But I could go over here, put pressure on here, but I don't think that's so good either. I could go here to go here, and then takes... Nope, I lose that. So maybe here. Maybe here's the best try. So here, trade... I don't have time to think now. So I'll take here, even if you... Well, I mean, here I still have this. Well, actually, maybe I should take with pawn instead. Okay, not what I expected him to do. So I'm probably just gonna double up here. Oh, perhaps I should have taken instead. What was I thinking? So, yeah, I'm gonna take here. Okay, so now this is under attack. Okay, so he does that instead. So what can I do now? Possibly... Okay, so I'm going to retreat this guy. I'm going to move him over here. And then I'm going to put more pressure on here. And even if he, like, defends, it doesn't do anything because it can't defend. Okay. This is not working. He has to, like, move here, or he has to move here. He has to get off this file. Okay, so he does that. Alright, so what do I do now? I could go here. He takes, I take, but I don't like that so much. I can't recall my rook just yet, so I think I'm going to go ahead and bring him here. No, that doesn't really work. I could go I can't go there. So I could go here instead. No, I can't. I need somewhere to put my rook. I could go here, but that doesn't really work for me. I could go here. I kind of, yeah, I think I'll go, no, because the queen is doing a job. So I think I'll move here instead. Try to dislodge this knight so I can continue the attack. I'm probably going to lose on time. Okay, so now I'm going to continue. Oh, I think I just lost a rook. Here, here, here. Okay, so I didn't lose the rook here. Alright, so I think I'm going to probably go here. Fuck! I just lost the rook again! Opponent's not playing well at all. He's just trying to play out the clock. Kind of a scumbag. Okay, let's figure out what I did wrong. D4. Yeah, I was supposed to take first. Well, it's still theory move. I didn't like that. Didn't like that. Didn't like this. Hated that. Yeah, I just, you know, whatever. I didn't play good at that game at all. Alright. Okay, so I will play, I think this is called the polar bear. It's like the Dutch defense, except it's not the Dutch defense. Alright, so I think I'll go here, put the pawn here. This is like the, okay. This is like the Leningrad, except not the Leningrad. Okay, what does this do? What does this do? So I wanted to do this. I see no reason why not to do this. So I think I'm going to do this. I think it helps me overall because now I can go for this. But the queen is going to go here at a certain moment. I need to make sure that this is guarded as well. So I can't do this now. I could do this, but I don't think it works right now. He takes and I take. And then I'll have a pawn in the center, and I could have 2 pawns in the center and make this guy move. Okay, let's go over this. So if I go here and he takes and I take, and then it's his turn again. Well, he has to do something. Okay, so I'm not thinking that far ahead. If I go here, he's probably going to do this. I can't do this. If I go here and then he does this, then I can move over here, and that's not so good for me. So I'll need a place to... I also want to just move the queen here, which I think is fine. I know that in the Leningrad, this is like a typical move or something. Also gives me like access to some of these diagonal squares. Expecting something like this. Okay, I don't get that at all. So do I want to play for this now? Takes, 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 queen takes. That seems pretty alright. The problem is, at the end of something, there's going to be that. What if I tell him to move first? Then I lose it. So what if I go here, and then I go here? Why would you want to do all of that? Not to mention, he could probably... do I want to do all of that? Or I could just go here, he goes here, I take, then I tell him to move, and then I play for the center. Which is interesting. So if I go here, takes, takes, he, I don't know, does something like, well, that doesn't work. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Also opens up this rook here. And puts more pressure here. And this bishop is here, but it's not looking at anything important right now. The bishop's under attack. That's the main concern. Okay, so he moves the bishop back. So now, I'm thinking if I go here, then I will have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so not enough. I'll have to do this first, I think. Or this first. So I think I'll go ahead and do this first. The problem is, at the end of one of these lines, okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, okay, that doesn't work either because he's got this. So if I do this first, then he has like this. I feel like this, if this, then this, and then this, in that order, does a lot for me, but it's probably not the right move. Not to mention, or I could just take here, he takes, then I could shoot out here, and then he has to go somewhere, and then I could shoot out here. If takes, he takes here. What? He doesn't have that because the queen guards. Okay, so I think that might be the move. So I'm going to take here, he takes here, and then I'm going to throw out in the center. Not yet. I'm going to do this first. So now he has to move back. And at a certain point, I can go for here. Okay, I expected this. So now it's guarded. Now I still have, and I also have this. He does have that, but then also I have this, which might be even better. But I was thinking, oh, I didn't see that at all. Okay, so I'll move the rook out of the way. Now I have this with a tempo. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Ask you what you're doing. Or I could do this. I could do this as well. I think I'll do this. I feel like this move is probably better right now. I could have done this, but it's like one movitis, the queen moves, it's not even in the right spot. If he takes, then I take, and if he takes, then take and take, so I'm still good. I also can redefend one more time if I choose to. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fight for the center. Okay, and this is going to be devastating because this comes with this. Okay, so he has this move, but what do I have now? Queen is under attack here. He doesn't have much to go for, so I'll go here. He doesn't have any squares that are good. I still want a bishop. And I might win a bishop for free as well because so where does this queen move to? Oh, he's got that, doesn't he? But here, 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 I mean, trade rooks, I guess. Oh. Well, damn. So I have this, or I could go for the, I don't want the dark squared bishop. I'll take the light squared bishop. So now his rook is under attack. I think I will go ahead and take it. Okay, so I'm going to probably, his knight is actually trapped. So I'm going to go here. Okay, so now I have this. So I'll go ahead and play that, I think. Should I? Do I have a better move right now? Well, I could go here, so he can never do this. So I think that's probably fine. Trade the bishop. That's not even a good bishop form. Well, actually, it's doing a job now, isn't it? So, what do I want to do? What if I go for... Okay. So if I go here, and then he goes here, and then I go here... Okay. I think it's fine. So I think I will go ahead and take this. Alright, that's pretty good for me. So I'm thinking about this, or this. This does something. Activates a piece, I can go for that immediately, so... do I have... Okay, so what's the threat? Is there a threat? He's got this, which attacks the rook. The rook will have to move here, or something. Okay. Now, the rook is actually defended, so I think I'll go ahead and do this. So the threat is now this. Oh, I'm up a lot of material, huh? Okay, so he stops that plan. Okay. So if I wanted to, I could go here, 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 but that's not so good. What I think I would like to do is probably here, here, and put more pressure over here. I could do that. But then it actually loses this. So maybe here, no, that protects it. What do I want to do now? No, absolutely not. I could slide the bishop back here, tie this guy down. I've only got so much time. Here doesn't do much. I think moving the rook back so I can move the rook somewhere else might be okay. So I'm going to move it over here. Okay, so he does that. So I'm going to move out of the way here. Oh. Well, that doesn't really work for me, does it? Alright, so I'm going to move the knight back just so it's out of the way. Then I can get the queen to a more active square, I think. Okay, so he does that. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably go ahead and bring out another piece. Oh, fuck. I completely just like, whatever. So, let's see here. I already lost this piece. So I think I'm going to go ahead and trade a set of rooks, just for convenience. I'll probably move the queen here, move the king there. I just sacked my bishop for no specific reason at all. You can take it if you want to, but then I'm just going to take your rook. Okay. So I'll probably go over here now. No, I don't think. I'm just going to move this back here. I think it's fine. No, my bishop is hanging, just like everything is hanging here. So, okay, I need to get in gear now. What do I need to do? I think I'm going to come over here. I think this is fine. I'm still up a piece. I just like blundered away some pieces, I guess. I'll move the knight here, go for mate. It's kind of obvious, but whatever. Maybe go for a queen trade instead, get my pieces lined up. Okay, Okay, so he does that instead. So I think I'll go ahead and now attack this piece. This piece is still protected. He can go here. Maybe go here, here. Okay, so he does that. He gives me a free pawn. That's fine, I guess. So if he goes here, then I'll go here. No, if he goes here, then I'll just mate him. Okay. Okay, so he does that. So I'm probably going to just move here. I don't like that. What about here? I think here is probably fine. No, I don't like that. So I'm going to move here, I think. I think here is probably okay. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and ask this knight to move to a different square. I don't care where. Okay. So I think I'm going to now bring this rook out. The rook hasn't been doing anything. Try to keep the pressure on. Okay, so now I have this if I want it. I think I will go for it. Also, this doesn't do as much as I'd like it to. So I could go here. He takes, I take, it attacks the rook. I think I'm just going to probably continue pushing my pawns up here, try to get them as far as I can go first. Okay, so does this do anything? I don't think so. So I'm not too concerned about losing that bishop at the moment. My knight is like really well placed. Can get the pawn here, get the rook here. Okay. He's got no checks right now. Oh, I'm gonna lose in time. So also have this. That was probably a bad move. Oh, my bad. Oh, that was probably a bad move. No, it's not. Queen's guarding, it's fine. Should have won it, but I lost. Okay, so probably just... Alright, that's okay. Played some strong games, played some poor games. It's whatever. Three great moves. Played like a 1600, opponent played like a 1050. Start the review. I don't even know what to say. I'm disappointed with myself. Okay, it's not working, so I'll refresh the page. If that doesn't work, I think I will call it a stream. Okay. So, oh, this is called the Birds opening. I was reading about the polar bear system, but maybe it's only for black. So doesn't like that. Wanted me to go for it immediately. Didn't like that. I was considering that move. Didn't like it here. That was a great move. Ask the knight to move. I didn't see that at all. Didn't like that. That was a miss. Thought I had time to do the center. Best move. And here it was like really dynamic. Hung a bishop for no reason. I had a completely winning position, but I just couldn't finish the job. And here, because I had like 5 seconds left and wasn't paying attention, I still had a completely winning position, but couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Alright. Well, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed watching this stream, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content. It will help the channel grow. Help me put food in my stomach. I greatly appreciate you. Alright, until next time.